Greetings fellow YouTubers, how are you going? Finally Chris does it. Floods by Pantera. Let's enjoy it and take a look, shall we? A little disclaimer about the tuning. We're in C sharp, but a little bit sharper than that. So we'll do the C sharp standard tuning and then listen to the album and then just try and sharpen it that little bit. So going from the 6th string, we're playing C sharp, F sharp, B, E, G sharp, and another C sharp at the bottom. So get yourself a tune and we'll get started. Okay, let's have a look at that first section. We're going to be basically working with a lot of sus2y kind of message in a bottle-y shape, shall we say. So let's start from 4th fret of the 5th string, and I'm going to work through this. So what I'm doing is I'm playing 4 of the 5th, 6 of the 4th, and then 8 of the 3rd. I'm going to jump back to that 6 of the 4th string, and then back to the pinky on the 3rd. So all together. So after that, when I hit the 3rd string the second time, I want to slide that over from 8 to 9 and then come back to the 8 again, sort of go. And I'll add some light vibrato to that. After that I work into this. So what I'm doing here is I'm doing a hammer on from the 3rd string. It's going 6, 8, pulling off to the 6 and then rolling to the 4. So all in one pick. At the end of that, I come back to that 6 and just give it a light squeal. So all together. Okay, that kind of rough idea, and then we want to jump to 5 of the 6th string and do a very similar idea. So I'm playing 5 of the 6th, 7 of the 5th, and then 9 of the 4th. I'm going to do this again. So I'm going pointer, middle, pinky, middle, pinky. Okay, then the second time I hit that pinky, I'm going to slide from 9 to 13. Then after that I shuffle it over to 14. So I play the 14th fret and then I play 13 with a bit of vibrato and a slight squeal. And then at the end of that I was playing 11 of the 4th, so I'll go. And a slight slide, because we've got to go all the way back here to 2nd fret to do the next sus2 formation. So all together thus far. Okay, then we do a sus2 formation from the 6th string. I'm on the 2nd fret. Now this is actually identical to the very first shape we had just over here. So we'll go through it slowly and you'll see how similar it is. I'm playing 2 of the 6th, 4 of the 5th, and then 6 of the 4th. Then returning to that middle finger and the pinky again. Okay, now the second time I hit the pinky, I'm going to slide from 6 to 7 on the 4th, and then bring it back to the 6 and pick it again. Okay, then once again, it's going to be very similar to that other legato formation we had. So I'm going to go 4, 6, 4, 2, and then return back to the 4 with another pick and a slight squeal. All together this group. Okay, then the last bit goes. Okay, let's take this slowly. So I'm starting from 2 of the 5th now. And then as soon as I hit the pinky on the second time. So we're going to do the similar idea by going pointer, middle, pinky again. but as soon as I hit the pinky on the second time, I'm going to bend it up and back. So what I'm doing here is I'm bending the 6 up just a semitone, and then bringing it back and picking it again, and then I'll go. What I'm doing here is I'm playing a hammer on 4 to 6, pulling off back to the 4, and then pulling off to the 2, so it goes. At the end of that, I play the 4th fret as a regular note, and then the second time I hit it, I do a slight bend. So nice and slow, that last group. That's the rough idea. Alright, let's try and take the whole thing from the start of the section a little bit slower. Section 2 is going to be very, very similar to section 1. We're just going to do some slight variations on the first 2 sus2 formations. So I want to start off in the same position. Up into that pinky, we're going to go pointer, middle, pinky again. The second time I hit the pinky, this time I go. So I'm going to slide from 8 to 9 on the 3rd, and then I'm going to hit 9 again and slide to 11. Slow that down. Okay, so after I've slid to 11, I do a light vibrato, and then I go. What I'm doing there is a bend with my pointer up and back on 9 of the 2nd string. You notice that I'm picking it twice as well. So the whole thing thus far. Okay, then we'll jump to the sus2 formation we had from 5 of the 6, so it's going to start off very similar. Pointer, middle, pinky. Then I slide to from 9 to 13, and then I want to play 14 again. Now this time when I hit 13, I go. So I've just got that sort of semitone bend up and back, all in one pick. I want to do that semitone interval twice. And I'm doing that slight squeal on the 11th. So from the start of that group. Then after that, the formation we had here, that's going to be the same, and this is going to be exactly the same as well. So if we just change the first 2 and then add those other 2 bits that we already had, we should have all of section 2. So let's try it again a little bit slower. Let's have a look at the 3rd section. We're going to be sort of dancing around this C sharp minor pentatonic area if we're in standard tuning. So I want to be from 12, start from 12 of the 2nd string with my pinky, and then my rings on 11 of the 3rd. I'm playing them together like a chord and then just bending up the ring part. Now keeping that shape in mind, we work into the next bit. I'm going to pick the pinky note and then just bend that ring finger note, but we'll play them separately. So we're going to do 5 of that. So we're going to do a bend, and then it's going to go pinky ring 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we work into the next part. Okay, so what I'm doing here is playing 9 of the 2nd string. Now I work into this next little phrase twice. So I'm doing a slight bend on 12 of the 2nd string. And then I jump to 9 of the 1st. And then I do that pull off from 12 to 9 on the 2nd. So I go. So from that 12th bend, I want to do that whole idea twice. I'll do it a little bit slower. So if I put that little 9 at the front of it, it's kind of a lead in. So that bendy part's on the on beat. At the end of that, nice delightful bend on 12 of the 2nd. So let's see what we've got thus far from the start of this section a little slower. Okay, hopefully that's all making sense, and then we go into this. So what I'm doing here is I'm playing 9, 11, 12 on the 1st, and then a slight bend on 11 with my middle finger. You can use whatever you've got, but the middle finger suits me nicely. So I'm going 9, 11, 12, slight bend on the 11. Then we're working this. Let's slow that down. So what I'm doing here is I'm doing a hammer on. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm playing 9 and then 11 as a pull off. So I'm going 9, 11, pulling off to the 9. Then I go from 12 of the second, rolling to 12 of the first with a flat ring finger. So I'll do that slowly. Okay, then after that, I jump back to that 12 of the second and then go to 9 of the first. So we're doing 12, 12 with the flat and then 12, 9. So nice and slow from the start of this little chunk. Then I go. So at the end of that, I've got to pull off from 12 to 9 on the second, and then I play 11 of the third. And that whole section's going to end on that 12, 9 pull off. So we go. Alright, let's take it from the start of that section nice and slow now. We'll go from the bend. Let's take a look at the fourth section. I'm going to start from 9 of the second string. And I'm going to do a little pull off down this blues scale. I'm playing 12, 11, 9 on the third. And then I go. So what I'm doing here is I'm playing 2 11s on the third, 9 of the third, and then 11 of the fourth. So I go. It's pretty rocking. I do enjoy it. Then we go from 11 of the third for the next bit. So what I'm doing here a little bit slower is playing 11 of the third, 11 of the fourth. I do a slight bend on 9 of the third after that. And then I'm just working down the blues scale, the pentatonic. I'm doing a pull off from 11 to 9 on the fourth and then playing 11 of the fifth. So I'll go. Hopefully that's making sense. So let's start from the start of the section. Okay, and we're going to repeat that last little phrase. But at the end of it, instead of playing 11 of the fourth, I'm just going to hammer back to 11 of the third. So I'll go. So what I'm doing there is a pull off 11 to 9 on the fourth and then hammering back to the 11. I'm going to do that exact same idea 3 times. So let's add that little group of 3 at the end of what we've got thus far. Okay, and then after that, I've decided to do the higher harmony. I think Dime might do the lower one live, but you can do either or, they both sound good. So I want to start from 9 of the second string, 9 of the third string rather. I play 2 9s and then move to 8 with my pointer, and then I want to get to 9 of the fourth. Okay, now the next one goes. So I play 2 8s and then get to 6 with my pointer, and then play 7 of the fourth. So all together. Okay, then a very similar idea here. I go from 2 6s on the third string to the fourth. So to the fourth fret. Ew, yuck, what am I doing? Go to 6th fret on the fourth string. So we go 6 twice on the third, a single 4th fret on the third string, and then I jump to 6 of the fourth. So to go. So to start that little group. At the end of that, what I've got here is a hammer on from 5 to 6, and then I just want to play that 5 again and give it some gentlemanly vibrato. And that's all of section 4, so let's take it a little bit slower from the start. Okay, let's have a look at the last section. I want to do a bend up and back from 14 of the first, and then I pull off to a 12. Okay, and at the end of that I want to do another bend and give it a light vibrato. You can wham it if you want when we come back to that 14. And then it goes. So exactly the same idea but without the 14 bend at the end. So thus far. Okay, hopefully that's making sense. And then we do this idea 4 times. So what I'm doing is a slight bend with my tap, but my left hand's doing all the bends. So we don't want to be doing the tap and then trying to bend up with our right hand or on the tapping hand. If you're left-handed, I'm sorry. So we're going. So what I'm doing is that slight bend and tapping 19. bring the bend down. So I'm pulling off that tap to the 14, and then the 14 bend's coming down and pulling off to the 12. So going. So 4 of those in a row. So thus far from the start. At the end of that, I've got just a regular bend on 19 of the first string. Okay, then after that I work into this. So I've got a big bend on 21, and then when I've bent it to the top of that, I want to go 22, 21 3 times. So I go bend. When I come back to the 21 on the last time, you've just got to shake it a little bit. So you've got to sort of bring the bend down and then sort of start working towards the next section. So let's try what we've got thus far. Now you will notice that I'm bending with my middle and then using my ring. I have tried to do this. My pinky's just not very cooperative, so you're just going to have to figure out what fingers work best for you. I'm rocking the middle and the ring, and that seems to be working quite delightfully for me. Yeah, so we're working to this phrase here. So what I've got here is a big delightful bend on 16 of the second string. I think it's only a semitone actually. Yeah, it is. So 16 to the second, and then I want to do this little pinky note into the bend 4 times. 2, 3. So I'm playing 17 to the first and doing a slight bend on 16 of the second. So I got that big bend at the start, and then the pinky into the bend 4 times. Okay, at the end of the fourth group, I want to do a second bend, so it's going to go. So let's go from the double bend. I'm going to do that slight bend on 16 twice, and then pull off to 14. And then I want to jump to 16 of the third. So we go all together. Then it goes. So what I'm doing here is I'm playing 16 of the second, 16 of the third, and then I want to play 14 of the second, and then slide from 16 to 14 on the third string. So to go all together. Okay, and then we've just got this last part now. So what I'm doing here is I'm playing 19, 22, 23 on the second string, and then I want to play 19 of the first, and we do that whole idea 3 times. Or you can just do a flat pointer there if you want to, and then the last bit goes. So what I'm doing there is I'm playing 19, 22, and then just jumping straight to 19 of the first after we've done 3 of the other part. And then I want to just play 22 as a vibrato, 23 as a semitone bend, and then 24 as a semitone bend. So that last part a little slower. And that's all of section 5. So let's take it a little bit slower from the start. And then there's some dumb whammy, slayery crap that's going on after that. I can't do it because I'm lame, but if you guys can figure it out, I think there's just some natural harmonics that you can do over here and go nuts with it, and you can have your own little whammy party. Hope you guys have enjoyed Floods. I'll catch you real soon.